Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to another Premier Series event. As we have the Pro Late Models at I-55 here tonight. Playoff race number one, dirt. It's everything you could possibly ever ask for as we are just now starting our qualifying. It's going to be one car out there on a track. Carl Hanwork will end up calling these guys out to come out onto the track, run their 3 laps of qualifying, get that stuff in. So far, we have Patrick Cooney up front so far, but there's still a lot more guys to come out here as we're looking here at these lap times. Patrick Cooney with a 1-2 with a 12.138. And now we're going to go ahead and jump on board with Brandon Metler as he's going to start running his lap times here. First time is going to be once he gets back around, a 12.160. Ends up getting into the wall there. So not sure if that's going to end up counting his second lap or not. But Brandon Metler, no stranger to dirt, as you see there on the side of that number 15 BAM Racing videos. As that third one, into the wall, nice and hard. Not going to be able to complete that third lap. He's going to sit P number 2 with a 12.160. Looking for Mr. Dane Simpson as he's out there on track in that pink and blue machine. The way that these qualifying is going to work, they're going to go from the reverse points order, I should say, as these guys are going to start from the back of the points grid and work their way up, as the first lap for Dane Simpson was a 12.424. And basically, it's going to go the least amount of points goes out there on a fresher track. The guy highest in points is going to have the loosest track of them all. And that second lap for Dane Simpson was a 12.159, so move him up to P number 2. And his third lap was a 12.299. So not able to get a little bit faster as he's going to stay in P number 2. Next out on track, the number 44, Turkle Chicken of John Nobinger, as he's got that Chicken Pit number 44 Pro Late Model first lap here going to come around. You see how short this track is. First lap is going to be a 12.204, so move him up to P number 4 as he's coming around to take a second lap over the line. Second lap will be a 12.078. John Nobinger, quick time with a 12.078. He's going to take pole for this race. Third lap is going to be a little bit slower with a 12.189. Kevin Hollywood Foster is the next one out here on track. And that number 8 machine, going to see what he can do, see if he can possibly put this number 8 machine on pole, as he's going to reset his car. Possibly might have gotten into the back of the number 44 there, trying to get around him. Kevin Foster, no friend of mine, they should, as they would say, but this man knows how to get around any track that you put him on once he gets a little bit of practice. Coming around to take his first lap here. His first lap will almost gets into the wall on the inside, almost tags the wall on the outside, trying to get a hold of this car, as these Pro Late models aren't the easiest to drive for most people. 12.754, P number 6 for Hollywood. Finally gets it underneath him, feels a little bit more comfortable in that ACB, blue, red, white, and blue. 12.343, moving up one position to P number 5. What can Kevin Foster do with that last lap? Can he get a little bit quicker? We will see here coming out 12.313. Going to keep him 5th fastest. Next guy out there on track will be the number 14 of Jimmy Covert, another CRN broadcaster up here for the CRN broadcasting crew. Actually going to be out there on track here tonight, as Dylan up here in the booth, myself, is going to be calling the action. So I get to be up here where it's nice and safe. Don't have to worry about throttle control or anything like that. I'm just going to be up here calling the action. First time for Jimmy Covert's going to take that P5 from Kevin Foster with a 12.224. Second lap, maybe a little bit quicker. No, it was slower. 12.402. 12.402 for Jimmy Covert. Third and final lap is going to be a 12.145. Able to put him up to third quickest on the board. So Jimmy Covert moving himself up to P number 3. Next guy out here on track will be the number 77 of Paul Butler in that spider wire number 68 on your car, but 77 in our hearts as John Nobinger still on pole. Paul Butler coming out here, going to see if he can get a little bit quicker than John Nobinger as Paul Butler completed his first lap, 12.844. Fast enough for P number 8. Tagged to the wall just a little bit. Might not be able to count the second lap. Keep it off the wall. Lap number 2 was invalid, so he's got to make this one count if he wants to get up there. Going to send it a little bit sideways. Going to get a good run off the corner. Let's see where that puts him. 12.517. Good enough for P number 8. Next up on deck, we have the number 18 of Carl Handwerk coming around to take his first lap here. Another CRN broadcaster. He's just down there on track. Carl Handwerk repping that Joker Graphics number 18. Joker Graphics Core Racing Machine. Lap number 1 will go 12.212. Sixth quickest out there on the track. Carl Handwerk coming around for lap number 2. See what it can produce, and that will be a 12.425, so a little bit slower on that second lap. What does Carl Handwerk need to do to get up there on the podium spot to start this race? Coming off of turn number 4 into 12.308. 12.308 for Carl Handwerk as he's going to sit P number 6. Thaddeus Marshall, the guy who chose this race out here in the number 87 Hood Up Motorsports. He's going to take his first couple laps here and going into 1 and coming off of 3 and 4. He's going to run a I'm going to see what this quick time's going to be at. Top of the boards, 11.982 for Thaddeus Marshall in the number 87 machine. 11.982 quick time for the number 87 machine. Second lap, 12.013 for Thaddeus Marshall. Slow down just a little bit. Going to see if he can pick up the pace just a little bit more. Slowing it in there. 12.077 for that number 87 machine. So far, quick time for Thaddeus Marshall. Now we got Christopher Hamilton in that number 64 Vet Motorsports red, white, and blue machine. Guy's a stand-up guy as he does a little bit of autocross in real life up in Southern California, I do believe, is Chris Hamilton, 12.457, lap number 1. Lap number 2 coming around to take the white flag. Going to move himself up to P number 8, 12.298. Third and final lap coming out of 3 and 4. Chris Hamilton looking to get up there to the podium. Going to see what he can throw down. 12.194, so he's going to knock Carl Handwerk off that number 6th position, or 7th actually, as Carl Handwerk's going to move back down to P number 8. Next guy up out here is the number 70 orange or yellow banana of Aaron Smith. Going to see what he can do. This guy's just fast and everything. Lap number 1 is going to be a 12.249 first lap for that number 70 machine of Aaron Smith. Second lap is going to be a 12.098. Aaron Smith jumped up to P number 3. Can he get a little bit faster off turn? Oh, he got to the wall. The lap time's not going to count. So move Aaron Smith up to P number 2. as it looks like we have the number 72 of Caleb Collins out here on track. Mystery Machine of Caleb Collins, going to see what he can do out here on I-55. New track to iRacing, new track to core, as it says number 32, but I promise you, everybody, he is number 72 up there on that track map. Caleb Collins, Texas native, runs a lot of different stuff here. First lap will not register as a lap. Must have gotten into the wall just a little bit. Caleb Collins, going to see where he's going to put his first lap. Got into the wall again, so second lap's not going to count. Third and final lap coming off of turn number 2 into 3 and 4. Caleb Collins trying to get anything he can, as that third lap will be 12.814, as I thought Caleb Collins was going to get into the wall there just a little bit, as now we wait on, I believe everybody has pit here. I believe everybody has taken their qualifying. And don't forget, everybody, we can go down the race info. As it's 0.27 miles of a track deficit. It's in Pevely, Missouri. 81 degrees Fahrenheit outside, 20 or 69 air temp, track temp. 11-mile-an-hour wind. So these guys have advanced the session. We're going to go ahead and get right back into it. I'm going to go ahead and go over our qualifying results here just really quickly while these guys are gridding up. In P number 1, we have Thaddeus Marshall, and then number 87, Hood Up Motorsports. Second is John Nobinger, and then number 44. Aaron Smith in third. Patrick Cooney in fourth. Jimmy Covert in fifth. Dane Simpson in sixth. Brandon Metler in seventh. Christopher Hamilton in eighth. Carl Hanwork in ninth. Kevin Foster in 10th. John Crane in 11th. Paul Butler in 12th. Caleb Collins rounding out your 13-car field for tonight's race. I'm going to go ahead and look down these beautiful paint schemes of these guys while we have the chance. Looking at the number 87 of Thaddeus Marshall, Hood Up Motorsports. I'm going to go ahead and move on over to John Nobinger in that chicken pit number 44. Aaron Smith, plain number 70. Plain number 1 of Patrick Cooney. Jimmy Culvert in that Rep Machine Woodworks, Buzzard Woodworks, number 14. Christopher Hamilton in that number 64. Dane Smith in the 96 purple and blue. Brandon Miller in the number 15 BAM Racing Videos. Kevin Foster in the number 8 Ace. Carl Handwerk and the Joker Graphics Core Racing. Paul Butler with the number 68. I'm going to go ahead and look at John Crane Carbon Fiber Black. And then probably my favorite scheme, the Mystery Machine of Caleb Collins. 55 laps out here on tap tonight. Going to go ahead and go back out to a different camera view so you guys can see here. I'm going to go ahead and get back up here on the race leader. Looks like pace car is in. Can't go till they hit the green. And Barney's waving it. Green flag. They are out. And there they go. Going into turn number 1 and 2. Going to go ahead and get that track map up here for you guys so you guys can see exactly what I am seeing. And we already have a caution out here on track. I'm going to see what happened. I'm going to bring it back here. See, maybe somebody just missed the start. Brandon Metler just getting a little feist. Oh, Dane Simpson. Oh, Carl Hanwork, Jimmy Covert. And upside down goes the number 72 of Paul Butler, stuck on his side. As we look here, Brandon Metler able to get him back on his wheels. What a stand-up guy for the number 15. I'm going to bring you guys back here to the live scene, as it looks like Thaddeus Marshall was able to keep the lead. And I believe it is Caleb Collins going to be waved around. He is indeed. But so far, it is a short track. I haven't personally ran any laps on this track, but I know for a fact that it's going to be a little bit hard for these guys to get around here, as a lot can happen. Getting ready to go green, and there they are. They are off. Thaddeus Marshall out to a good, sizable lead. I'm going to go ahead and look back here is Patrick Cooney and Jimmy Covert. Jimmy Covert doing it on the outside. Slide job by the number 1. Puts Jimmy Covert up into the wall. They're too wide behind him, Jimmy Covert and Dane Simpson. Dane Simpson's going to put Jimmy Covert back up into the wall. Not sure what happened between those two drivers. Jimmy Covert's going to lose a little bit more ground as Jimmy Covert just can't get that car to turn. Not sure what's going on with that number 14. As, yeah, he just looks like the track's got a little bit too much grip as Jimmy Covert is running in the back. Looking up a little bit further, Paul Butler in that number 77 machine trying to work his way back up, but up here in the front, Carl Handwerk gets spun. Oh, Brendan Mettler and Paul Butler get into it as well. I'm going to go ahead and take a quick look back here at this CRN replay. Carl Handwerk on the outside, Dane Simpson on the inside. Patrick Cooney had to check up. Carl Handwerk got nowhere to go. Slide job on the number 1. Oh, they tangled together. And Patrick Cooney goes into the wall. I'm going to go ahead and look at the incident with Jonathan Crane here. See what happened to him. As, oh, he went to go miss everybody. Didn't realize where they were. Oh, had to slam on his brakes. Back under caution here with the number 77 of Paul Butler. Going to get back up here to the front. Pace car is going to dive off into pit road. Thaddeus Marshall has control of the restart. And I think Thad's going to go off. Oh, nope. Pace car is still out there on track. I'm going to give you guys a good look here of the action that's about to unfold. And right here, you see Thaddeus Marshall already on the gas pedal here. And he's got a big gap already as Paul Butler has moved his way up to P number 6, running that high side. Going to look around Chris Hamilton, not able to get a clear shot around the number 64. And Chris almost shut the door on the number 77, not able to do so. Paul Butler still running that outside, trying to get it to hook up as he's battling with the number 64. Back in the back, we got both CRN broadcasters of Jimmy Covert and Carl Handwerk, as Carl Handwerk has made the pass on Jimmy Covert. Going to get into the wall. A little bit of a minor slider there. Not able to make it work all the way around the number 18 of Carl Handwerk, as they are still 2 and 3 wide back here, jockeying for position, as it looks like Brandon Mettler has found his way back up to P number 5, sorry about that, as Chris Hamilton has gotten Paul Butler up to P number 3, gotten around the number 8 of Kevin Foster, the 64, and the 15 of Brandon Mettler. So Paul Butler up to P number 3. Now he's going to try to track down Thaddeus Marshall and the number 70 of Aaron Smith. But now everybody seems to have found their groove. Jimmy Covert and Dane Simpson back here battling it out just a little bit. Dane was looking to his inside as Caleb Collins and John Nobinger were having a little bit of a battle of their own. Dane Simpson gets into the wall just a little bit as these guys almost a little bit of a touch there from the number 44 on the number 72. Able to keep it off of them. As we have another spin here, and these guys are trying to get slowed down, not able to. Going to go ahead and take a quick look and see what happened. Involves the number 15 of Brandon Mettler here. Does he get into the corner? Oh, he got in the back of Kevin Foster. Kevin Foster got into, oh, just a big checkup there. That's just short track racing. Everybody trying to get through, not able to see. And that's going to keep Thaddeus Marshall up here in the lead. The 15 going as of right now. I'm going to go ahead and bring up the car numbers for you guys. So you got Thaddeus Marshall, P number 1. In second is Aaron Smith. Third will be Paul Butler. Fourth, Chris Hamilton. Fifth, John Crane. Sixth, Carl Handwerk. Seventh, Jimmy Covert. Eighth, Dane Simpson. Ninth, John Nobinger. 10th, Caleb Collins. 11th is Patrick Cooney. 12th, Kevin Foster. And rounding out your 13 car field is the number 15 of Brandon Mettler. Coming around, letting Brandon Mettler get that lap back. Not sure what happened to the number 15. Maybe when he spun, he got passed by the leaders, as these guys are doubling it back up. Thaddeus Marshall has led 25 laps out of 55 so far. It is a short track, so you do have to keep that in mind, as Thaddeus Marshall is going to have the... Thaddeus Marshall will bring these guys to green. So there's going to be another thing that you guys want to watch out for. When does he want to go? Does he want to... He went a little bit early there, already 3 wide in the back. Jimmy Covert trying to force a 3 wide. John Obinger gets a little bit too loose right in front of Kevin Foster. Kevin Foster able to keep him straight. Dane Simpson into the pit lane. Oh, there's wrecking all over the field. As we're going to go ahead and go back to a... We're going to go ahead and look at Carl Handwerk here. That's who I see. And Carl Handwerk running the outside. John Obinger on the end. Oh, he just got into the wall and just... Oh, no, they just got hooked together. Something you hate to see. As, you know, once you hook up with these cars, it's hard to get these cars unhooked from each other. As John Crane got the bad end of the stick there. Carl Handwerk possibly going to go to the rear of the field for it. Not sure. So far, lap number 29 out of 55. These cautions are going fairly quickly, as we are a little over halfway through this race. Sorry, guys. I'm kind of dealing with a little bit of sickness. It's kind of cold up here in northern Indiana, as you know, it's fall. Just haven't decided to wear jeans at all, as they're back to green flag racing. Single file restarts now, as Thaddeus Marshall gets out to a pretty sizable lead. I'm going to go ahead and look back here with the number 11. And the number 44, John Crane, is going to pull a little bit of a slider on the number 11, able to make it stick. The number 11 is going to get a little bit too sideways in front of that number 8. But right behind him, he's got the number 18 of Carl Handwerk coming up on him really quickly. We're going to see what this number 18 can do to get past these guys, get through this first race, and on to the second race, as they are too wide in front of him and Carl's got nowhere to go. This is the biggest battle out here on track, as Paul Butler is still battling with the number 64. Carl Handwerk going to run the way inside. Going to get passed by the number 11. And the number 11's got a little bit of speed underneath that hood. As, oh, Kevin Foster hard in the wall. Carl Handwerk got nowhere to go. And I know we've seen it live. We're actually going to jump it back and slow it down just a little bit. Actually going to play it and just slow it down here for you guys. It's going to come up off the corner and just hit the wall. Just straightens up the wheel a little bit too much. Ah. John Crane's got nowhere to go. Carl Handwerk, nowhere to go as well, as he's going to get involved in that as well. And Caleb Collins, as Kevin Foster goes for a little bit of a a spin there. Paul Butler ended up crashing. What happened to Paul Butler? I think Paul Butler is just trying to get into the inside. Not sure what happened here. Said that he crashed. Huh. Alrighty. Well, looks like Dane Simpson was able to get his laps back here. All the way to one lap down. Not sure if he had connection issues or not. But a man I want to see finish in the top 3 is this man I'm on right now, Paul Butler. He's always there when he needs to be, just hasn't had the finishes that he needs. But tonight I have a feeling that Paul Butler is going to be able to do it here tonight. Jimmy Covert up here to P number 5, exactly where he started. The biggest mover is Paul Butler, up 9 positions from where he started. And I guess when they go green, I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a you love to hear it. As they're coming around, going to take the green flag. I'm going to go ahead and get this you love to hear it going for you guys. As they are green, 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 Thaddeus Marshall back out to a good sizable lead. All right. Well, that was a little short and quick one. We'll do another one, but we're going to go ahead and look back at that caution here. Going to see what brought it out. Brandon Mettler. Oh, they were wrecking down on the inside, and Dane Simpson just, neck codes into the number 15, ends up flipping him over, doing a barrel roll. Able to get that number 15 machine back up and rolling. Excuse me. As that's going to warrant the next caution. As Thaddeus Marshall is still outside, or still in the lead, as Christopher Hamilton is P number 4. Thaddeus Marshall, P number 1, Aaron Smith, P number 2, Paul Butler, 3rd, Chris Hamilton, 4th, Jimmy Covert, 5th, John Obinger, 6th, Patrick Creedy, 7th, Caleb Collins, 8th, Dane Simpson, 9th, Carl Handwerk is 10th. I'm going to go ahead back up here to the TV static here, give you guys a little bit of a, you love to hear it again as these guys are getting ready to go green. All right, guys, we are back, and it looks like Christopher Hamilton had a little bit of issues there. Not sure what happened, but Thaddeus Marshall still out in P number 1, kind of pulling away from this field. Paul Butler in P number 3, biggest mover out here on track, is still that number 77 machine as he is sitting at 9 positions up from where he started. As we have a battle with the number 72 and 8 of Caleb Collins. Caleb Collins able to get around the number 8 of Kevin Foster. Kevin Foster's going to try to pull that slide job, not able to make it happen. One lap to go as Thaddeus Marshall has crossed the start-finish line right about now. as we're one lap to go. There he is. Now we're on the final lap there. As Thaddeus Marshall going through one and two, going into three and four. Thaddeus Marshall on the inside of Caleb Collins, going to put Caleb Collins one lap down. Thaddeus Marshall will win the first late or pro late model race here tonight at I-55. Gonna be looking pretty good for playoffs as well, as this was race number one. Thaddeus Marshall will come home P number one. Second will be Aaron Smith. Third will be Paul Butler. And that race was quick and fairly enjoyable. I'm going to go ahead and empty this out, bring up your race results for tonight's race. I'm going to go ahead and move this on over to a... Nope, let me exit it out. Go ahead and show these. Thaddeus Marshall leading from start to finish for tonight's race. Second is Aaron Smith. Third, Paul Butler. Fourth, Jimmy Covert. Fifth, John Obinger. Sixth, Patrick Cooney. Seventh, Brandon Metler. Eighth, Kevin Foster. Ninth, Carl Handwork. 10th, Caleb Collins. 11th, John Crane. 12th, Dane Simpson. And rounding out your 13 car field is the number 64 of Christopher Hamilton. So as we're waiting here, we're going to go ahead and get our third place finisher here in the booth. And that'll be the number 77 of Paul Butler. Paul, this is Dylan in the booth. You got a copy?
Hey Dylan, how are you, buddy?
I'm feeling a little bit under the weather, a little bit sick, but I guess that's what you get for going trout fishing with shorts on early in the morning. So can't
Oh
complain,
wow.
but
I'm
yeah,
sorry you're feeling bad, man. But at least you got to go fishing.
yeah. See, well, I went fishing before I went to work, and then I had to stop what I was doing to go take care of you know adult things. But
Yeah, you should have called out.
yeah, I should have. I was feeling pretty good, but I was like, yeah, money, fishing, I'll take money. But well, kind of walk us through how your race went. I mean, you started in the back pretty much, and you worked your way up, started gaining positions on that high side, and I don't think I ever seen you went to the inside. You wanted to have that high side rolling for you. You got it to roll, and you finished 9 spots up from where you started. That's got to be a feat in its own.
Yeah, so I qualified terrible. I didn't get any practice. I was watching the other guys practice. Everybody was running the bottom. So I tried to qualify at the bottom and it was awful for me. So I just went back to what I know and started driving the top and I got a pretty good buzz going. So I just said, hey, let's just follow that yellow car and there you go.
Yeah, I mean, you had it working for you as much as you possibly could. I mean, coming home P3 for the first race of the playoffs, you can't be too mad about it. As your fellow competitors like Chris Hamilton, not sure what happened to him. He finished 13th tonight. Dane Simpson in P12. Carl Handwerk back in ninth. Same with Foster. Foster's up here in eighth. Is that going to look good for you going into next week's race, or are you just going to try to keep that momentum going forward?
Well, I actually have to have a provisional next week, so I won't be here. So I'm going out of town to visit family and whatnot, so I won't be here. But I do want to say that Chris Hamilton got a bum penalty there. He gave a penalty saying that he passed me on the restart, but I mean, from my view, he hadn't passed me yet. I think he should have at least finished fourth, if not in front of me by the end of the race. But uh, you know, I race those penalties, and we have to serve them. So it sucks.
Yeah,
That's what it's for.
yeah. I mean, you guys were pretty much the closest battle, and you guys kept it fairly clean with each other. He was trying to run that inside, you just had that high side rolling, and it seemed like the high side you had a lot of run off. So I mean,
Yeah,
it
that was the
just
ticket right there.
yeah, yeah. I mean, it's just like any kind of dirt track. You go to Eldora, Knoxville, anywhere you go. You want to be start low, work your way up high, and that's pretty much where you kept your car. Everybody was, running three different lanes, but I think the most entertaining driver to watch was you. Even though Thaddeus Marshall ended up winning the race, but you were having to wheel that pro late model, and you deserve that P number three as of right now.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. Yeah, it was a good time. I mean, I'm not a dirt racer, so. I'm pretty excited about taking third place here,
Oh yeah, I
and
mean,
hopefully it'll carry me through. I miss next week and see what happens the week after that.
yeah. The week
Hopefully it'll
after
carry me
that,
through
you got another short track street stocks at Lanier for 100
and see.
laps. So it's going to
That's my
be,
ball game right
yeah.
there. So we'll see.
It's not dirt, it's asphalt, so you don't have to worry about
I
the
like
dirt
it.
part. But yeah, it's another short track. You're going to miss the Pro Mazdas at Road Atlanta, so you go from a dirt oval to an oval. So hopefully we'll be able to see that number 77 machine back up here in the podium.
That's right. Yeah, and I'll be watching next week, so I'll keep you. You know, I'll keep you company in the chat room.
Yes, sir. Well, before we let you get on out of here, does anybody want to give a shout out to?
Just all my boys at Core. We got Tequila Time. We got Ricky Gonzalez, Mark Gonzalez, Caleb Collins. Those are my teammates. We like to hang out together. Give them a shout out. My wife and kids. I don't know. Everybody, man. I can't think straight right now.
All right. Well, Paul, we're going to go ahead and let you get on out of here and stay classy and sexy as we'll be talking
Yeah,
to
yeah. It's
you
gonna be a
in a
fun and
couple of
sexy
weeks.
night, my friend.
Yeah, see? Well, I'll be talking to you on Thursday as the vintage takes on week number 2.
All right, I'll probably see you Tuesday during the Arca race too. So
I, mm-mm,
you're
I,
not gonna be around?
no, sir. I got some personal life stuff to take care of, so I will not be here Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. So,
Okay.
yeah,
All
I'll
right.
be back
Well, have fun
Thursday.
with that, man.
Yes, sir.
All right, I'll see you Thursday.
Yes, sir.
All right, take it easy, brother. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir. All right, that was the number 77 of Paul Butler. Going to go ahead and move up our second place finisher of Aaron Papyrus Smith. Aaron, this is Dylan in the booth. We got a copy.
Yeah, I've got you.
All right, Aaron. You're kind of quick at everything that you run. And, I mean, you prove it time and time again. Able to get the win last week, I believe. No, last week. Yeah. No, I can't remember.
Yeah.
Too far behind me. But, you know, it, it's dirt. It's dirt oval. I mean, Thaddeus Marshall proves his place once again. He is why he is so good at dirt, and you were keeping up with him there for a little bit, but as the track kind of wore in, you started seeing that number 87 just get a little bit smaller in front of you.
Yeah, after the top started to wear off and it all started to rubber up, I couldn't really keep the car up there without tapping the wall. But fortunately, we were able to keep the right side on it for the whole race and brought it home P2. I certainly don't have any complaints.
Yeah. Nobody would ever have any complaints if you can keep the car in a one piece all the way throughout the race. Don't knock the fenders off. I mean, next week you got Road Atlanta and the Pro Mazdas. Are you looking forward to another road race, or are you just trying to get back to the oval stuff?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's been a while since I've raced the Pro Mazda, so it should be a solid race all around. I'm sure there are a handful of guys who'd be able to contest me for that win, but I'm looking forward to seeing how it plays out.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, it's you finish P number 2. That's going to help you in the playoff standings. Uh, kind of close to the win here tonight, but not able to pull it off. But before we let you get on out of here, does anybody want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, I'd like to thank all the folks at the Core Racing League putting the show on, you've broadcast, and all the folks for watching. It was a bit of a rough race tonight toward the back, but we had a pretty solid race up there in the top 3, so I'm certainly thankful for that. But yeah, I'm looking forward to next week.
All right, buddy. Well, we'll see you next week.
All right, thank you.
All right, that was our second place finisher of Aaron Smith. Going to go ahead and bring up our race winner here tonight, Thaddeus Slim Shady Marshall. Thad, this is Dylan in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
All right, Thad. Well, we already knew what was going to happen. I mean, it's dirt. It's Thad. It's dirt. Oval, I should say, not dirt road. It's dirt oval. I mean, you're just kind of like the Cole Swindell or whatever his name is. I don't follow dirt, but anyways, you're just kind of like that type of guy. You know what you can do, and you're trying to help people get better at dirt. And if I was racing, I would have been in that live session watching you get through this track, and you proved why you're really good at dirt, and you were running different lines, but it seemed like that middle to low line was where you really wanted your car at.
Oh yeah, especially the hot laps, really testing uh, where that line would be, and then qualifying. Kind of sucked getting out there late, but was able to throw that nice 11.9 out early, and glad it stuck with Aaron still to go. Felt pretty good during the feature, and cautions kind of killed it. I wish we could have ran green full 55 laps to see how much the track really would have changed, but oh well. Top top five and a win is all I would ask for.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to help you in the playoffs for sure. As you know, you got a road course next week in the Pro Mazdas. I know you're a good road racer. You don't back off where a lot of people would. Like, hey, you know what? You're a contender. I mean, you're just like me. You want to get that good position. You want to get that good finish, and that's one thing that me and you have in common. We want to fight till the very end, and whether I take myself out trying to get that spot, you're going to do what you can. And you got the win here tonight. Going to try to make it 2 for 2, hopefully next Sunday. But is there anybody out there that could probably contest you for the win in the Pro Mazdas at Road Atlanta, or is that just not a track that you're comfortable with?
I'm I'm okay with the track. The Pro Mazdas, on the other hand, not not good with at all. I mean, I'm probably gonna practice quite a bit. I think getting the win tonight, I get that automatic buy in round two, and so gives me a little leeway running the next couple of weeks. But I mean, I'm not gonna back down. I'm still gonna try to go for top fives and wins every week.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, that's just the racer mentality that everybody has. I mean, you got pretty much two short tracks, one on dirt, one on asphalt with Lanier in the street stocks. And you end up having Bark River, Homestead, and then you have another track that I ended up choosing that is not confirmed as of yet. But it's going to be a good rest of the season. You pretty much probably just clinched your way into the second round. So hopefully we can see the number 87 machine back up here on the podium next week, or even in victory lane.
Yes, that'd be pretty awesome to do that. I mean, not the best of road courses. I'm sure Jimmy and Chris and Carl and Aaron will be up there fighting for the top spot. I just hope I'm there in the end if some mistake happens.
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, before we let you get on out of here, does anybody want to give a shout out to?
I'd like to thank Majula C Speed Shop and CFM Esports, CFM Designs by JDM, the guys over at Hood Up Motorsports for helping me out, just racing late models anytime, and my family for watching and my wife for always supporting me.
All right, Thad. Well, we'll be talking to you again next week, and hopefully you have a good rest of your night.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. All right, guys, that was our race winner of the number 87 of Thaddeus Marshall. Don't forget, tomorrow night we have the GT3, GT4 series as they tackle, I believe it is, look at the schedule here. It is Red Bull Ring Grand Prix in the morning for an hour and 45 minutes. I will not be here due to personal life stuff going on, so I won't be here Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. And then Tuesday, you have Arca still working out plans for that. But you can catch Carl and Jimmy in the booth for the UCRL Truck Series after dark on a Tuesday night. Wednesday night, you have the IndyCar Series as their season's rounding down to an end. And then Thursday, we'll have the 87s out on track as Jimmy is in the booth, but Carl is down on track with myself going at USA for, I believe, 100 laps. So you're going to see a 87 machine go around USA. I don't think it's ever been done. And after the laps I've ran this week, it's definitely a short track racing type of uh, playoff, or not playoff, short track type of week. And then Sunday, we're back at Road Atlanta in the Pro Mazdas for 25 laps for the Premier Series. So that's going to do it for me up here in the booth. Make sure you guys take care. Brush your hair.